Every day I take my dog out for a walk in the neighborhood, so I know most of the neighbors, but there's one in particular that I am most fond of. A woman named Amy lives in the neighborhood with her husband. Amy is the more outgoing of the two, and sometimes we small talk about whether she is going for a walk while I am walking my dog. She also says hi to me whenever she sees me. Amy is about 5 feet 4 inches, and somewhere around 140 pounds. She is white, with sandy blonde hair, and a pretty smile. She is in her mid-30s, and has a good body. I have known her for a few years, and I have probably been caught staring at her several times. I am 100% sure that she knows I am into her. I recently saw her on my morning walk, and we started small talking as usual, mostly about the weather and how hot it was. I started the conversation. I'm probably going to the community pool later, even though I don't like it much. Oh yeah? It's not too bad, but not as good as mine. I was surprised by that response, because I didn't know she had her own pool. Her house is smaller than mine, and my backyard wasn't big enough for a pool, so how could a decent-sized pool fit in her backyard? I have a really nice pool in my backyard. The water is crystal blue, and there are rock features. It's also much cleaner than that one, Amy said as she pointed towards the community pool. Do you want to take a swim in it? I paused for a second, because I didn't expect that question. Yes, of course, but what about your husband and baby? He's going to be at work all day, and the baby will be napping soon. Do you want to change and come over? I couldn't believe it. Sure, that sounds good. I think Amy knew that my wife was at work, because she didn't ask about her. When I got home, I looked over my swim trunk options, and decided to go with a loose dark blue paisley one, along with a black tank top. When I arrived at Amy's house, she opened the door dressed in a green bikini with a white see-through cover-up wrapped around her body, which kind of made it look like a dress. She smiled and said, "I'm glad you came over. Are you ready to swim?" "Yes, thanks for having me over." We walked out to her backyard, and her pool was just like she described it. Because of the angle of the pool and the trees/shrubbery, half the pool was in the shade, despite being so early in the day. I took my tank top off and got in the pool, fully expecting Amy to join me, but she didn't. Instead, she sat on a beach chair near the deep end, her sunglasses glistening in the sun. For the next 15 minutes, I swam while checking Amy out every time I had a chance, but without trying to make it too obvious that I was looking at her. When I swam over near her, she leaned forward and said, "Do you want something to drink?" "I have some iced tea." "That sounds refreshing, thanks." A few minutes later, Amy came back with drinks for both of us. I got out of the pool and joined her, after getting a chair for myself. After I took a few sips, I realized that the drink tasted a little bit funny. It had a strong flavor, but it wasn't sugar like one might expect from iced tea. I think it had vodka in it, which I didn't mind at all. In fact, it was delicious, and I wondered if Amy's drink was also spiked. After we finished our drinks and talked a little bit more, I was feeling pretty good, and it seemed to loosen Amy up a little bit as well. She got up, took her cover-up off, and said, "Do you want to join me in the pool?" I didn't even say anything. I just got up and followed her to the pool steps. Amy's intensity seemingly increased when she got in the water. At the same time, she also appeared to be feeling more relaxed. Ironically, I felt the same way when I got in the water the first time, although Amy might have been aided by alcohol. She wasn't shy at all, coming up behind me in the water and hugging me. Afterward, we took a short nap on the beach chair. After we woke up, we small talked for a little bit, and she complimented me again. "You have a really nice physique." I told her that I love her smile and personality. She laughed, and we shared a few more words before it was time for me to leave. I didn't want to overstay my welcome and not be invited back. Amy and I haven't seen each other again, but hopefully, we can meet up again while it's still warm outside. Her smiles have gotten bigger lately, so I know that it's only a matter of time.